all dear students and teachers. So this video is basically how to use interactive board, and basically in this video you will learn how to use the setup of interactive board. So I hope you will learn from this video. So let's start the lesson. So first of all, I will provide you the setup of Mimeo Studio, which I am using right now for interactive lessons. Okay, so for that purpose I'm just going to click on this start button, click on all programs, and here you will find out with the name of Mimeo, that is M. Here you will find out three tools. The first one is Mimeo Notebook, the second is Mimeo Tools, and the third one is Mimeo Gallery. So these three things are the most important topics of your this setup you will learn today. So first of all, I'm going to open Mimeo Notebook. So I have just simply click, or the setup is here. Okay, so basically this area is known as your Mimeo Notebook. So this is basically notebook, as you have different copies or books in front of you, and you can write many things, or you can draw different things, so you can write anything on this notebook. So now the most important question is how you can write on your book or copy, whatever you are using. How you can write over here, right? Basically you just have to use some tools. You should have some pencils, you need colors, you need different shapes, you need some tools. Okay, so basically we need some tools for typing, for editing, for erasing, for some writing something over here, or something drawing. So for that purpose, as you can see, there is an option of tools. So you have to click here, and then this is the option Mimeo Tools. Okay, so it will appear on your left screen, on the left side. Okay, there is one more option. If you will click on the start button, click on all programs, and then if you will click on the option of Mimeo Studio, so here you will also find the icon of Mimeo Tools. If you will click on this option, it will automatically appear on your screen. Okay, so this is one of the second important tool, second important thing that you have to use, or that you will use if you are using Mimeo Studio software. Okay, so first of all we will learn about the basic commands or basic functions, then we will learn what is the use of gallery and how we can add the interactive lessons, how we can create our own lessons. So let's start. So first of all, as you can see, we have a file button over here. I'm going to just close it. We have a file button, as you will find the basic options. I'm not going to use it or explain it in detail because you all are well aware from this. Basically new is basically if you want to take a new page, if you want to open your previous file, then you will click open. You can also use the shortcut key of Ctrl-O. Now what is the difference between save and save as? Save is basically used if you want to save your file, if you have made some changes, and if you want to save your file, then you can click on the option of save. Save as is basically used if you want to change the location of your file, or if you want to change your name, file name, then you can use it save as. Okay, so basically this option is right now not enabled because I'm not connecting my device right now with the interactive board. Okay, right now I'm doing this software, I'm using this software on my computer, so that's why this is not enabled. And we also not need to connect this device right now because we are just doing the practice. So this is the page setup. If you want to take print out, you can use this command, and these are your recent files which you have worked previously in Mimeo Studio. And this is the button of exit. If you will click, your whole program will be closed. Now this is the second command, second tab, that is edit. So whatever you are changing, if you are made changes, you all can do with this icon, that is edit. There is undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, and select all. Okay, these all are basic terminologies. Next is view. So let's start from here. View. So for example, if you are working in a class and if you want to make your screen a full screen, okay, so you can click on this option. So as you can see, now your screen is appearing on your hall board, if you are using it on your whiteboard, on a wall, or if you are using a computer, so your all screen will be appeared. Now how we can cancel it, and if you want to go back in your previous mode, then how we can reverse back, right? So this is your icon of full screen. If you will press it again, so as you can see here, full screen option is cancelled. Next we have zoom in. As you can see, this is the option of zoom in. Let me press it again, zoom in. So as you can see, your page will zoom in and you can see more details. And if you will press zoom out, as you can see, your page will be zoom out and you will see the less detail. Okay, so now this is again full zoom. If you will press on this, so your page will be in your normal mode or full mode. Now this is known as your grid. So now grid is basically used if you want to, if you want to drawing something, or if you want to write something on the board. For example, let me write here apple. So as you can see, this is difficult for me or for you to write on the screen. So for that purpose, if you will use grid, it will be a little bit helpful for all of you. If you will click on this option of grid, so as you can see, there is an option grid will appear. Basically grid is your combination of rows and columns. Your cells will appear on your screen. So how many interval you want, you can set the interval like 5 points or 6 points, how many wants you. So first of all, simply I will click on this option of display grid on screen and I will click on this. Okay, so as you can see, now this is very easy for the students and for the teachers as well to write in the grid. For example, you can write here. Okay, right now it's very difficult to type with the pencil. Okay, so I'm just going to erase it. Okay, so in this way we can apply a grid. Okay, if you want to remove it, just simply press it again, display grid on screen, uncheck it and click OK. Okay, so it will automatically disappear. Next we have standard toolbar. Now what is standard toolbar? So as you can see, there is a bar at the top of your window. If you want to change the location, we also have some options related to undo, redo. We will study it later. So if you want to change the location, then you can click on this option of bottom. So as you can see, your bar will be moved to the bottom. If you will click on this float means you can move the bar around your window. So I'm just going to set it again as top. Okay, the next option is tab view. So tab view is basically, right now this is off. So now what if I will click on this right, so as you can see, this is my tab view. Now what will happen in the tab view, or what is the use of tab view? So tab view is basically used if you want to insert different pages, like if you are working in different pages. For example, let me write something over here. I have write 1. As you can see, it is automatically displayed on this page. Let me take a new page. Okay, so this is page 2. I will write 2. Okay, so basically tab view is used how many pages you are using right now and how many pages and in which page you are working right now. Okay, so I'm just going to erase it. And so this is your tab view. You can also move right, left, and if you don't want to keep this tab view, then you can click on this option of off. Okay, so now the next option is your status bar. So status bar, if I will uncheck this, so as you can see, the status bar is disappeared, which is showing on your bottom of your page. So basically status bar will show how many pages you are working and right now in which page you are working. If you are using Microsoft Word, so it will show how many number of words or how many sentences you have typed. So because we are not typing right now, so there is not any kind of such statement, so it has shown only page 1 of 1. Okay, insert tab. This is the important tab and you will find a lot of functions over here. So this is basically new page. So as you can see, this is the icon of your new page. If you will click on this, as you can see, new page is automatically add. Because I have not typed over here, so this is not showing, because nothing is showing on these pages. So if you will click on this option, pages will add to your screen. And if you want to delete it, simply right click on your page and then click on this option of delete. Okay, you can also click on your option of delete. Just press on your paper and click the cross button, like I will pressing right now from this icon, and I will click on this option of delete. Okay, now the next option is duplicate page. So as you all know, what is the meaning of duplicate? Duplicate is similarly like if you want to create your copy. For example, I have typed here 1 2 3. Okay, and I want to make a copy of this page. Then what I will do, I will click on this option of duplicate page. So as you can see, a duplicate copy is automatically generated. So in this way you can generate your multiple copies in your system. Okay, next is your gallery and new activity. Okay, we will study this gallery and new activity later. So first of all, I'm going to, okay, this is your file, new activity, gallery and screen annotation. We will see it later. The first one is your file. If you want to insert a new file, you will click on this option, choose your file. Like if I will click on this option, libraries, pictures, sample pictures, and I will choose this lighthouse. So as you can see, in this way you can upload any your picture, your document, your file, even your videos. You can play it on your screen. If you want to change or resize your size, so you can change the size also. You can also, move your file in any direction. So this is basically the option of rotate. This is known as rotating option or rotating icon. You can rotate in any direction. Okay, next option we have is screen clipping. So screen clipping is basically used if you want to take a screenshot of any of your activity or any window. If you are using, for example, if I'm using right now this screen, so I will open Mimeo Studio notebook. I will click on this option of insert screen clipping. So as you can see, this will automatically take you the screen which you have previously or at the back end using. So you can, here you will find multiple options, like in which shape you want to clip your screen. Like if you will click on this option of rectangle, so your area will be rectangly captured. Okay, let's try the other one, that is your screen clipping. I will choose circle. If you will click on circle, so as you can see, now your circle is captured. Okay, now let's take the third one, that is your screen clipping. This is your oval. So right now I have chosen a shape of, this is not a your oval, but it's a kind of oval. It's a basically a free fall, like फ्री फॉल और फ्री हैंड क्लिपिंग, जिसे आप अपनी मर्जी से कोई भी एक पोर्शन या कोई भी एक एरिया सेलेक्ट करके उसे आप क्रॉप कर सकते हैं और ऐड कर सकते हैं अपनी फाइल में. सो दिस इज योर स्क्रीन क्लिपिंग, जिसे हम स्क्रीनशॉट भी बोलते हैं. द नेक्स्ट वन इज बैकग्राउंड. सो एज यू ऑल कैन सी, okay, so as you all can see, if I'm using this Mimeo Studio and the page is white, that is blank area, so maybe it is not so very attractive, or maybe we can change it. So you have to click on this option again, insert, and click on the option of background. If you will click, as you can see, you will find multiple options here. If you will click on the option desert, for example, current background is your blank, I will click desert. I will click OK. Let's do it again. Okay, I will choose a color. I will apply this color and I will say OK. So as you can see, this color will be applied to your background. So you can type anything over here. If you want to change your color or apply a picture in place of color, then you can also apply. For example, image, I will choose this one, jellyfish. I will click OK and OK. So this is basically right now your background or your background image. Okay, the next option is page transition. So you all know that page transition is basically the movement of your pages or movement of your files from one location to another. For example, let me delete all these files. Okay, you can also delete your files if you will click on this option of your page and drag it to your dustbin. As you can see, this is basically your recycle bin, or if you can also call it as your dustbin. If you will place, your files will be deleted. So right now I have deleted all the files. Okay, so now I will use the option of page transition. I will click on this option. So here I will choose the movement. So transition is basically your movement from one page to your another. I will click on this option of grow. As you will see, when I will click on this option, the movement will automatically will be appeared here. So you can have a clear, image what kind of movement it will be when you will apply. So I'm going to use it grow to whole document. Okay, and click on OK. So when you will move your pages, it will automatically show in different movement. We will see it later. And now the next option is clone. And to enable clone, as you can see, this is not enabled right now. And if you want to enable it, then you can have to open your tool. So I'm just going to click on this option of tools. So tools will appearing here. So clone is basically used, for example, if I have multiple shapes here, let me type star. Okay, so if you will right click, so you will also find here, if you will, you simply has to select this, click on insert. As you can see, now the option of clone is enabled. If you will click on this option, and if you will right click and click on this option of clone, so as you can see, you can generate multiple copies that shape. Here you have a selection icon, selection tool, you can select it, and then what you have to do is just simply have to click on this option of clone. Okay, so now as you can see, a blue boundary will appear outside your shape. So what you have to do, simply just have to click inside your blue boundary, and you will see you have to select it, and it will automatically create your different shapes, different numbers. So clone is basically, you can use this method if you are working in your junior classes and you have introduced the number 7, then you can write over here, this is basically 2 3 4 5 6. So here you can type number 6. So how many stars we have? 6. So you can use it. This is basically clone. Okay, next is your hyperlink. So hyperlink is basically something, if you want to create a link between your different objects, then you can use the hyperlink. So let me type here something. I will write here house. Okay, I will make it bigger. Okay, so now I will select this house, right click, and as you can see, the option of hyperlink, I will click on this option of hyperlink. So now I will attach some image or one image with this text. So what will happen when a user will click on this text, it will automatically goes to that image. When a user will click on this text, the user will automatically get that image. Okay, I will add from my gallery. So I will click on this lighthouse, open, and okay. Okay, so now as you can see, the blue boundary is appear. So when a person will if a student don't know what is a house, then you can show them a picture. So as you can see, it will automatically take you the picture. So this is basically hyperlink. Hyperlink is basically used if you want to connect two pages, two things, then you can use this hyperlink. Okay, so I'm going to take a new page. Okay, now your next option is format. This is all relating to your text. Let me type something over here. I will type here computer. Okay, so I type here computer. So now first of all, you just have to select your text. Font. Now this is basically your font, how many font or which size you want to take of your font, what is the font phase. If you want to apply some styles like bold, italic, underline, if you want to make it in a different color, then you can use it. I'm going to use it for 72 bold, and I will choose this writing style Algerian. I will press OK. So in this way you can apply font to your text. You can change the font phase, font size, and your styles. Now the next option is your paragraph alignment. So as you all know that alignment is something, if you want to adjust your text on your page, then you can use this option of alignment. For example, if you will click on this option and click on this option of align, so if you will click on this center, so as you can see it will be automatically moved into your center. If you make it bigger, it will automatically move in your center place. Again, I'm going to select it, and now I'm going to make it on your right side. So as you can see, you can arrange your text according to your position, like in which position you want to keep your text, right, left, center, or justify. Then again, next is your option of locking. So this is very important and interesting topic, locking. For example, if you will click on this option, as you can see, if you will double click, so you can type over here. So if you don't want to, if you want to lock all your objects, then you can easily lock it. For example, if you will click it, select it, click on the option of locking, lock. When you will lock it, if you will click, as you can see, I'm clicking right now on my text, nothing is editing. Why? Because I have locked my all the objects. If you want to unlock, press on format tab, format button, and unlock all. So now you can make changes. So it will be very useful and easy for you. If you are writing something and the student is doing something practice, then you can lock your different elements or different objects, so that there will be not any kind of changes you have made. Okay, now the next option is, this is again your alignment, right, left, center. The next one is your grouping. So grouping is also very important. Let me take a new page. Okay, I'm going to draw some shapes over here. I will draw a rectangle. One more, let me draw a star, and one more shape, pentagon. Okay, so as you can see, I have draw three shapes. So now what is basically grouping? So what will happen if I want to move all these shapes from this side to this side? So what I will do, I will just simply select all the shapes, click on this option of format, grouping. So I will click on this option of group. So now all the shapes are appearing like a one group, so you can move it, these shapes, very easily. Okay, so as you can see, you can move your shapes very easily and quickly. So as compared to you move your shape one by one, it will be very difficult for you to move your shapes. So you can use this option of grouping, and if you want to ungroup it, just select your all these shapes, click on this option of ungroup. Okay, so how many elements you have or how many pictures you have selected, it will all become as your ungrouped. Okay, next option we have is your order. So order is basically used if you want to put the order in which image you want at the top, which images you want, if you want to put it in the back side. Suppose I have two images here, two shapes here. Okay, now if you select this, okay, if I will select the first picture, as you can see, this is on the top of these images. If I will click order, and if you want to click on this back, so as you can see, this image will move towards the back. Now there is the image which is on top, this one. As you can see, this image is at the bottom. So you will get a clear view when you will practice by your own. So this is known as your order. You can arrange the order backward, forward, front, or back. Okay, so now this is basically your tools. Okay, so let me take a new page.